A lawyer is after you since you have two. Please open it right away. Archangel Michael says, the air around you has shifted, and not in silence. Somewhere, a pen has been pressed to paper, and a name, your name, has been written twice, underlined, circled, and marked for pursuit. This is no ordinary chase, this is a deliberate, calculated move, and the person coming for you has the law in their pocket and urgency in their stride. You may not hear the footsteps yet, but they are there, soft, measured, and drawing nearer with each passing moment. The weight of this truth is heavy, pressing against your chest, making your breath shallow. This is not something that can be ignored or postponed. Your window to act is shrinking fast, and hesitation could mean the end of everything you've worked for. Somewhere in an office you've never stepped into, a lawyer sits surrounded by documents with your details printed in black ink. They are not guessing, not wondering, they are certain. The only question now is whether you will let them find you unprepared or stand ready before the moment of confrontation. Archangel Michael says, what you have is rare, two of something that should belong to only one. This is the thread they are pulling on, the evidence they believe will be enough to corner you. They are confident that if they present this, doors will close for you, accounts will freeze, and options will vanish. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The blessing of 333 shields you from those who try to twist truth into a weapon. It builds an unseen wall between you and their intent, bending the path of their pursuit so it loses direction. In the glow of this blessing, their power weakens, their certainty fades, and your name slips from their grasp like smoke in the wind. Right now, a courier is on their way to deliver something, a notice, a summons, a demand. The ink is still fresh, but it carries the weight of steel chains. If you do not open your eyes to it, they will force them open for you in a way you won't control. Archangel Michael says, there are whispers about you in places you've never walked. Those whispers have become statements, and those statements are now sealed in envelopes with court stamps. The paper doesn't care whether you meant for this to happen, it only cares about the story written on it, and they intend to make sure their version is the only one read aloud. You might think this will blow over, but the person pushing this is not someone who leaves things half done. They have invested time, energy, and resources to ensure your name is dragged into the light they control. This is not chance, it is strategy. Type Amen to get blessing 741. The blessing of 741 burns through the fog others create to confuse and trap you. It strengthens your voice so it cannot be silenced by papers, stamps, or signatures. In its presence, you find the strength to turn every move they make against them, forcing them to back away before they realize their own ground is crumbling. There is someone close to you who has been feeding this lawyer the details they need. They are not shouting their betrayal, they are delivering it in hushed tones, like secrets traded for gold. Their smile when they see you is not warmth, it is the satisfaction of someone who thinks they've already won. Archangel Michael says, your next step will decide everything. If you move now, you can cut their reach short, forcing their hands into retreat. If you delay, they will come knocking with the strength of law, and the door they knock on will be yours. Somewhere deep down, you already know what this is about. The uneasy thoughts you've pushed away are knocking again, louder this time. You can still keep this from becoming the scene they're trying to write, but only if you act before their pen finishes the final stroke. Type Amen to get blessing 508. The blessing of 508 clears the path ahead and scatters those who stand in it. It wraps your life in a circle they cannot cross, no matter how much they push. It bends the truth back to its rightful form, stripping away the lies they've used as their weapon. They are not expecting you to be ready. They expect confusion, fear, and hesitation. But if you rise now, armed with clarity and protection, the force they thought would crush you will break before it even reaches you. Archangel Michael says, this is the last moment before the shadow becomes a shape you can see. Once it steps fully into the light, you will have no choice but to face it. Better to meet it now, while you still hold the ground, than wait until they've already taken it from you. The night feels heavier than usual, as if it knows something is coming. Every passing vehicle, every faint knock, every creak in the floor carries a warning you can't quite put into words. This is not paranoia, it's the sound of reality shifting into something more dangerous. Archangel Michael says, the lawyer is not working alone. There's a network tied to this, individuals in different places, connected by a single goal. Some want money, some want revenge, and some simply enjoy watching your name get dragged into chaos. You've been marked, not just in paperwork but in conversations and emails that you've never seen. They are planting seeds in the minds of those who matter, making sure the story they've written spreads before you can even speak. By the time you hear about it openly, it could already be everywhere. Type Amen to get blessing 924. The blessing of 924 silences the tongues that speak against you in secret. It turns their alliances into cracks that weaken from within. This blessing ensures that what they meant for destruction becomes the reason they fall apart before their plan is complete. Somewhere, there is a safe in an office, inside it, a folder with your name, address, and details that were never meant to be in their hands. It's not just about having two of something, it's about them twisting that into a weapon. That folder holds the lies dressed as evidence, and they are prepared to walk into court with it. They are certain they have the upper hand, and for now, they believe you are unaware. That belief is their greatest strength, and it can also be their downfall. You have the chance to let them think they're ahead while you prepare in silence. Archangel Michael says, this moment is not about fear, it is about strategy. You cannot fight what you don't see, but once it's in sight, you can decide where the battle happens. If you position yourself right now, the confrontation they're planning will never happen on their terms. Type Amen to get blessing 651. The blessing of 651 draws a shield of timing around you, ensuring your moves happen before theirs can land. It places you exactly where you need to be so their reach falls short. It turns the power of their preparation into wasted effort, leaving them exposed. A phone call will come before the papers arrive. The voice will sound official, calm, and polite, but every word will carry the weight of pressure. They'll speak in terms that sound like warnings, but underneath, they're testing you, measuring your reaction for their next move. You must hold your ground in that moment. Any sign of panic will confirm to them that they've cornered you. But if you remain steady, they'll hesitate, unsure if their plan is as flawless as they believed. Archangel Michael says, in this game of silence and sudden strikes, your greatest weapon is calm awareness. You will not run. You will not hide. You will stand, but you will stand prepared. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The blessing of 777 locks the door to your downfall and opens a new door toward your protection. It disarms the weapons they thought they could use against you. With it, your energy remains unshaken, and their efforts bounce back upon them. Right now, the lawyer is watching for the smallest opening, a misplaced word, a careless move, an overlooked detail. They think if they wait long enough, you'll hand it to them without knowing. But the moment you close that opening, they are left with nothing but empty threats. Their steps are getting closer, but you still have time. The clock is not your enemy yet, but it will be if you ignore what is in front of you. Take this moment, claim your shield, and prepare for the sound of their knock. Archangel Michael says, "You will not face this alone." The forces aligned against you are strong, but the forces standing with you are stronger. The choice now is yours: be caught unprepared or be the reason they stop moving forward entirely. The shadows in your surroundings are no longer still. They shift subtly, mirroring the movements of someone who is tracking your every step. There is an unspoken tension in the air, a pressure that grows heavier the closer they come. Archangel Michael says, the documents they hold are not the truth but the trap. They've been shaped to make you look guilty, crafted so that the words seem final. But paper can be burned, and lies can be torn apart before they ever reach the wrong hands. They think their evidence is flawless, but it has cracks only you can find. One misplaced date, one altered detail, one piece of information that doesn't align, that is where their power ends. You must be sharp enough to spot it before they bury it in official seals. Type Amen to get blessing 482. The blessing of 482 sharpens your perception to see the flaws in any falsehood. It gives you the instinct to know when someone is building a case against you. Under this blessing, their carefully built tower collapses from the inside out. There is a name you'll hear soon, a name that ties directly to the lawyer. This person has been the silent messenger, carrying every scrap of information they could gather on you. They hide in plain sight, smiling at you while passing your life to your enemy piece by piece. Their betrayal will sting, but knowing who they are will give you power. They believe their mask is unbreakable, yet it will slip in front of you without warning. When it does, you will understand why they've stayed close all this time. Archangel Michael says, betrayal is a heavy wound, but it also reveals the enemy hiding in your circle. This is your chance to remove them before they do more damage. If you cut their link to the lawyer, the chain of pursuit will weaken. Type Amen to get blessing 915. The blessing of 915 breaks the hidden contracts made behind your back. It severs agreements meant to trap you and turns the tide in your favor. With it, no deal against you can stand. A meeting is scheduled soon, though you may not know the time yet. They will gather in a quiet place, speak your name, and discuss the next step. This step is the one they believe will end your defenses completely. You must intercept it, not by storming into their meeting, but by preparing before their plan unfolds. When they make their move, you will already have the countermeasure in place. The shock on their faces will be the first sign of your victory. Archangel Michael says, time is the key. You cannot delay, not even for a moment of comfort. Every second you wait is another second they use to sharpen their attack. Type Amen to get blessing 609. The blessing of 609 creates a shield of perfect timing. It positions you to be one step ahead no matter how fast they move. It ensures that by the time they think they've caught you, they realize they've been chasing a shadow. The lawyer is counting on fear to weaken you. They believe the thought of courtrooms and official orders will strip your confidence. But you are not here to be broken, you are here to break the chains they are crafting. Archangel Michael says, this pursuit is not the end of your story. It is the point where you stand and face the storm without flinching. They may have the law, but you have the authority of truth and protection behind you. The night ahead will not be silent. There will be signs, a car that passes twice, a knock that doesn't belong, a phone call with no voice. Each will remind you that the time to prepare is now, not later. The street outside seems ordinary, but something in it feels staged. Every sound echoes just a bit longer than it should, every shadow lingers as though it's watching you. You can almost feel the eyes that are not supposed to be there. Archangel Michael says, the moment they step onto your path, the air will change. You will feel it before you see it, a shift that tells you their approach is no longer from a distance but from the very edge of your life. This is when you must be ready. You may think they'll announce themselves boldly, but they won't. Archangel Michael says, they have been watching longer than you realize. Every step you took, every choice you made, they've tried to twist it into a weapon. Yet, they do not see the one thing that will undo them. You have already been warned. Your preparation will not be visible to them. They will think they are approaching a defenseless target. What they will find instead is a fortress they cannot breach. Type Amen to get blessing 511. The blessing of 511 surrounds you with unseen guards that move faster than any attack. It causes those who approach with harm to lose their way before they ever reach you. It bends the path of danger so it cannot meet your steps. In a hidden office, the lawyer rehearses what they will say when they face you. They picture you uncertain, struggling to answer, folding under the weight of their accusations. They believe that image will become reality. But the truth is, you will stand with clarity. Every word they throw will meet the wall of your strength and fall flat. They will have nothing left to use. Archangel Michael says, they underestimated the shield placed over you. They thought fear would strip it away. Instead, their own fear will begin to grow when they see you unshaken. Type Amen to get blessing 374. The blessing of 374 turns their confidence into hesitation. It forces them to question every step they've taken against you. Under this blessing, their certainty dissolves into doubt. The allies they relied on will start to pull away. Quietly, one by one, those who supported their case will disappear. The strength of their pursuit will weaken until it is nothing but whispers. You will watch them realize they've lost control. Their plans, once so carefully built, will crumble faster than they can save them. And in the end, they will be the ones left defending themselves. Archangel Michael says, your protection is already in motion. You only need to keep walking forward. The road ahead may seem uncertain, but it is already cleared of the worst danger. Type Amen to get blessing 803. The blessing of 803 seals the doors behind you so no enemy can follow. It locks away the past traps meant for your downfall. And it opens a gate toward the life they tried to block. Soon, their name will fade from your thoughts. Their presence will no longer shadow your steps. And the pursuit they began will end without victory. You will breathe easier, knowing the storm has passed. Yet you will not forget the lesson it carried. Always stand ready, for strength is what turns battles into victories before they even begin. The days ahead will feel different, not because the danger is gone yet, but because you will sense its retreat. The footsteps that once drew closer will begin to slow. The force that chased you will start to lose momentum. Archangel Michael says, the lawyer who was once certain of your downfall will now be faced with walls they cannot climb. Every document they prepared will suddenly seem incomplete. Every witness they counted on will begin to hesitate. In their mind, you were supposed to be an easy mark. But they never calculated the effect of divine timing. Now, the clock that once favored them has turned in your direction. Type Amen to get blessing 229. The blessing of 229 turns the tide of time to work for you. It shortens the reach of your enemies and lengthens your own. It makes every delay they face another victory in your favor. They will meet with their allies again, but the energy in the room will be different. What was once filled with confidence will now be thick with doubt. They will speak your name, but this time, it will be followed by uncertainty. The papers they hold will begin to feel heavier in their hands. The ink will seem faded, the words less powerful. And deep down, they will wonder if they should have walked away before starting this. Archangel Michael says, the victory will not need noise. It will come quietly, like a shadow leaving your doorstep. When it happens, you will simply know the danger is gone. Type Amen to get blessing 664. The blessing of 664 dissolves the grip of those who hold your name in malice. It causes their interest in you to vanish. Under its power, you are no longer a target, they can no longer find a reason to pursue you. You will wake one morning and realize the tension in your chest has lifted. The silence around you will be real this time, not a trap. And the air will feel lighter than it has in weeks. The lawyer's voice will not reach you again. Their footsteps will never cross your path. And the weight of this season will become nothing more than a memory you have overcome. Archangel Michael says, you have walked through the storm without breaking. What was meant to shatter you has made you stronger. And those who planned against you will now carry the weight of their own failure. Type Amen to get blessing 902. The blessing of 902 locks your path from behind so no danger can follow. It turns the energy once aimed at you into fuel for your progress. And it ensures that your steps forward are steady, strong, and unstoppable. From this moment, you will not only be free of their pursuit, you will rise above it. Their plans will remain beneath you, unable to touch your life again. And the chapter they tried to write will never be part of your story. Your name will stand clear, your ground unshaken, and your shield unbroken. The attempt to harm you will vanish like smoke in the wind. And you will keep moving forward, untouchable. The road in front of you stretches clean, lined by quiet strength that was earned through endurance. You no longer match their rhythm or their rage. You move with a calm that cannot be shaken by paper, stamps, or signatures. Archangel Michael says, your discernment has sharpened into a blade that slices through confusion. You can sense intention before it reaches your door. You can feel the truth rising even when others try to bury it under noise. You will notice small restorations appearing in your life. Doors that were once hesitant now slide open with ease. People who were unsure of you begin to approach with clear respect. Peace returns first as a hint, then as a steady current. You breathe, and the breath lands deeper than before. Your body remembers what safety feels like and welcomes it back without apology. Type Amen to get blessing 438. The blessing of 438 anchors your progress so it cannot be reversed. It guards every gate you have crossed and every lesson you have learned. It holds your gains in place while your future expands in quiet confidence. Old conversations lose their sting as you refuse to carry their weight. Your focus returns to creation, not defense. Your heart returns to clarity, not survival. You do not need an audience for this victory. The absence of chaos is the loudest proof you will ever need. The silence that follows is clean, generous, and filled with new strength. Archangel Michael says, "You now carry an unseen credential. It is the mark of one who stood, endured, and rose higher without shouting. It turns rooms in your favor before you ever enter them. The people who watched the pursuit will remember your steadiness. They will recall the day the storm fell off your name. They will adjust their tone because your presence commands it." Type Amen to get blessing 512. The blessing of 512 gives you effortless influence that cannot be faked. It aligns your steps with the timing that brings the right allies to your side. It makes your yes powerful and your no immovable. Your work begins to glow at the edges. Ideas return with speed and clarity. Momentum gathers around your decisions like wind at your back. What was once a season of defense becomes a season of building. Foundation replaces fear. Direction replaces doubt. Archangel Michael says, "You do not owe your past a struggle. You owe your future a steady advance. Step forward with the composure of someone already protected. New opportunities will arrive without fanfare. They will feel correct before you have words for them. Your spirit will nod first, and the details will align second." Type Amen to get blessing 933. The blessing of 933 seals your intuition with precise confirmation. It ensures that good things cannot masquerade as traps in your path. It reveals the clean doors and closes the crooked ones without drama. The lawyer who once studied your life will turn their eyes away. The weight they carried will return to their own table to be settled. Their energy will be required elsewhere, far from you and your path. Your name will not appear on their lists again. Your steps will not be tracked by their attention. The cycle of watching will end, and your time will be fully your own. Archangel Michael says, "Your story has shifted chapters. The ink has dried on the page of survival. A brighter page begins with structure, harmony, and quiet certainty. You will notice that your speech slows in the best way. Words come measured, clear, and complete. Your presence communicates more than your sentences ever could." Type Amen to get blessing 365. The blessing of 365 stabilizes your days with durable peace. It arranges your schedule so the necessary receives your strength and the unnecessary falls away. It keeps your mind clear and your path uncluttered. People who once doubted will try to return with borrowed warmth. You will not hold grudges, but you will not hand them your center. Your boundaries will be kind and made of stone. Your nights become deeply restful. Your mornings begin with a sense of direction that requires no convincing. The day answers you instead of resisting you. Archangel Michael says, "The lesson lives in your posture now. You will not hunch under pressure again. You will meet storms as a taller version of yourself. You do not rehearse fears anymore. You rehearse outcomes. You rehearse calm entry, precise action, and clean exit." Type Amen to get blessing 744. The blessing of 744 turns every plan into a channel for steady results. It converts scattered energy into focused strength. It makes your decisions land with the grace of inevitability. New alliances arrive in a measured sequence. Each brings a piece that complements your direction. None carry the residue of games or hidden trades. Your home begins to feel like a headquarters. Your desk becomes a command center. Your hours align around effort that actually multiplies. Archangel Michael says, your environment now reflects your inner order. Put your hands only where your spirit is at peace. Place your attention where your future answers back. You become selective without apology. You decline invitations that drag you backward. You accept only the ones that extend your range. Type Amen to get blessing 118. The blessing of 118 clears the static that once crowded your choices. It sharpens your sense for timing and fit. It keeps you from taking on what belongs to someone else. The season that tried to unsettle you becomes your accreditation. You read rooms quickly because you survived a quiet war. You recognize patterns instantly because you watched them form under pressure. You carry your calm like a signature. It is recognized without introduction. It changes how people approach you before you speak. Archangel Michael says, continue to move without hurry. Pace is a form of wisdom. Rhythm is a form of power. Your finances respond to this order. Waste declines and focus rises. What you plant finally grows where it should. Type Amen to get blessing 542. The blessing of 542 places flow where you once felt leaks. It guards your inputs and multiplies your outputs. It moves resources toward your purpose and away from distraction. Your relationships shift toward clarity. The ones who value you stand closer. The ones who used your silence step back on their own. There is no need for declarations. Presence and pattern do the work. Consistency writes the proof. Archangel Michael says, peace is not the absence of pressure. Peace is the presence of structure. Build it and watch pressure lose its grip. You revisit the dates that once felt heavy. They no longer sting. They simply mark the points where your strength took root. Type Amen to get blessing 691. The blessing of 691 transforms memories into instruction without pain. It preserves the wisdom while releasing the weight. It makes your past a library instead of a chain. The roads you walk open into wider lanes. The rooms you enter make space for your ideas. The people you meet anticipate value and find it. Your craft tightens and deepens. Your attention moves like a beam instead of a floodlight. Your output carries weight because your input is clean. Archangel Michael says, remain unentangled. Let no urgency that is not yours dictate your pace. Let no storyline you did not author direct your steps. You keep your circle light and your word heavy. You keep your schedule honest and your goals visible. You keep your rest sacred and your movements exact. Type Amen to get blessing 277. The blessing of 277 gives you a practiced yes and a disciplined no. It protects your time from quiet theft. It ensures your energy reaches the outcomes that matter. You design your days like architecture. Mornings set the frame. Evenings secure the structure. The world notices your stability. It reads as authority. It feels like safety. Archangel Michael says, you have crossed from reaction into authorship. You set tone now. You set terms now. You will feel a new current of confidence running under everything. It is not loud. It is deeply convincing. Type Amen to get blessing 834. The blessing of 834 draws long horizons into clear view. It keeps your steps aligned with outcomes that endure. It prevents short wins from stealing space from long victories. On a quiet afternoon, you will realize how far you have come. The memory of pursuit will feel distant and small. The scale of your peace will feel large and earned. You will thank yourself for moving when it was hard. You will respect yourself for staying silent when it was wise. You will trust yourself for seeing through the fog when others tried to cloud your view. Archangel Michael says, guard your calibration. The world will try to speed you up or slow you down. Keep the steady beat that carried you here. You will touch problems and they will simplify. You will enter complex rooms and they will organize around your clarity. You will speak and the signal will cut through the noise. Type Amen to get blessing 970. The blessing of 970 gives your presence a settling gravity. It gathers scattered attention and points it toward resolution. It anchors meetings, plans, and teams in forward motion. Your name will circulate in better places. It will be spoken with steadiness. It will be attached to results. The season of defending has ended. The season of defining has begun. The season of delivering now takes the lead. Archangel Michael says, remain grateful without shrinking. Stay humble without hiding. Carry light without apology. You are not watching the door anymore. You are walking through bigger ones. You are meeting the part of your life that waited on the other side of endurance. Type Amen to get blessing 403. The blessing of 403 keeps new gates open long enough for you to build inside them. It protects the early stage of every good thing. It makes your starts durable and your finishes clean. You will look back only to measure growth. Each glance will show another layer of strength. Each step will feel more like yourself. Your calm will become culture for those around you. Your order will become template. Your victories will become instruction. Archangel Michael says, this is the evidence of a protected life. This is the rhythm of a guided path. This is the tone of a future that cannot be hijacked. The former storm will not return in the same shape. You will see it from a higher ground if it comes again. You will handle it before it gathers. Type Amen to get blessing 556. The blessing of 556 equips you with early answers. It places solutions in your hands while problems are still small. It keeps your steps light by resolving weight before it forms. The brighter track ahead will not demand your voice to prove itself. It will prove itself through fruit. It will prove itself through steadiness. You will be surprised by the ease that follows discipline. You will be encouraged by the outcomes that follow alignment. You will be satisfied by the peace that follows clarity. Archangel Michael says, finish this chapter with quiet joy. Close the old file in your mind. Walk on with the posture of someone who has nothing to prove and everything to build. What chased you no longer has your scent. What studied you no longer has your shape. What named you no longer has your name. Type Amen to get blessing 648. The blessing of 648 wraps your journey in continuity. It guards your story from being interrupted by those who did not write it. It secures your next miles with the same protection that carried you through the last. Your table is set for focused work and honest rest. Your calendar is aligned with your values. Your circle is aligned with your direction. You return to creation with a whole heart. You return to contribution with a clean spirit. You return to each day with a steady, quiet fire. Archangel Michael says, "This is how you win without noise. This is how you rise without conflict. This is how you keep what belongs to you without lifting a sword." The echo of the pursuit fades to nothing. The light on your path brightens by degree. The distance ahead invites you forward like morning. Type Amen to get blessing 711. The blessing of 711 crowns this passage with completion. It locks in the peace, the order, and the growth you have earned. It opens the next gates at the exact pace your strength can carry. Step now as the author of your days. Build now as the keeper of your ground. Live now as the one who cannot be moved. Your story moves on without the shadow. Your future moves on without the noise. Your name moves on without the weight. Archangel Michael says, continue. Stay steady. You are covered.